What's up, everyone? This is episode number 443. Will your big idea make you money? Oh, man. I get so many people coming to me with big ideas all the time. Lewis, what do you think out of this idea? Lewis, this is going to make me a lot of money. And a lot of the times, they're not going to make them anything. There's a few reasons why they're not going to make them anything, and they're going to struggle along the process. And in this episode, we have a 4-part process to walk you through and guide you through a journey of figuring out if your big idea will actually be profitable and will actually make you money, or if it's going to be a waste of your time and lose you money. So make sure to watch this entire thing, share it with your friends, and if this is the first time you're here, the previous episode, 440, we talked about the top 10 ways to make money online. So make sure to watch that one as well, and then come back to this one. Now, no matter how excited you are about this, and you've told a few friends, and they said, yes, this is going to be awesome, it's going to be huge, it's going to make you millions, it's not going to work unless you test this. I had a guy come to me a few weeks ago and say, Lewis, I've got this big idea, and he showed me an image of it, and he was like, you got to sign an NDA first for me to show you it. It's going to blow up, it's going to be massive. And the idea sounded interesting, but to be honest, he'd been working on this for over a year, and he had never even launched it out there or had anyone buy it or even tested to see if it was actually going to work. So I don't care how big the idea is. There is no such thing as $1 million idea, only $1 million executions. A mentor of mine told me that years ago, and it stuck with me. So I don't care how big the idea is, how great you think it is, how much money you think it's going to make. It's not going to make you a dime if you don't test it first to make sure it works, and also if you don't execute it the right way. So we're going to cover the 4-part process for how to make sure that your idea is actually going to be profitable, and make sure that it's something that you should actually launch or something that you should completely forget and go back to the drawing board. The first thing is to do your research. That's right. Most people don't do this. They think they have the best idea, and then they're just like, let's launch this, let's figure it out. Do the research in your space. See who else has products, services, courses, whatever it may be around the topic that you're thinking about. Make sure you figure out, see what's working, what's missing in your space. Do people actually need this thing, or is this just an idea that you came up with, and since you came up with it, your ego is telling you it's the greatest thing in the world? If there's not a need for this thing, then it's not going to work. Number 2 is to make an outline, and make an outline that's detailed about how you're going to teach this to other people. And think about, if I can't explain this in one sentence of what it is, who it's for, and how it's going to help those individuals, if it's confusing in one sentence, if you're like, well, it's this thing and this thing and this thing and all these things combined, and it's going to help them with this and this and this, I'm lost, I'm confused. The more clear you are in your story, in your messaging, the easier it will be to sell your idea. So really get clear and have a detailed outline of what it is, who it's for, and how it's going to help them. Number 3, test out teaching your idea to friends or a few target customers. So you want to get this going. You want to get some feedback. You want to make sure that it's actually going to serve your audience, but you want to test it first before you launch it out into the world. So find a few friends, offer the service, give them the product, walk them through the solution, whatever it may be for your big idea. Get feedback. If they said this was the biggest thing they've ever seen, this is a hit, I will pay a certain amount of money for this, then you might have something to keep working on. So make sure you test out your idea. That's number 3. Number 4 is to launch it with a live event. Now, this could be with a webinar, a Facebook Live, a YouTube Live. This could also be a Kickstarter campaign where you're going to launch it and you're going to either teach or share part of it and then sell the product or service at the end. So you're not going to give them everything if you're teaching them in a course or a product. You want to give them kind of a teaser of what this will be. And then say, hey guys, I'm going to deliver this to you in the future. Pay me now, and then in the future, I'm going to deliver this to you, just like you do on Kickstarter. You sign up for the product sometimes a year or two in advance before you get it to say, hey, this is something I'm interested in. This is something I want, and I'm willing to take out my credit card and pay you for it right now. Even though I'm not going to get it until maybe months, maybe years down the line, like most Kickstarter campaigns. So you can do it on Kickstarter. You can try this with a webinar, which is where I like to test things. I'll do a live webinar. I'll give an hour-long teaching or training of what part of the solution is. And then if people want the entire solution, they'll pay up front. It gives me a week or two to develop the training or the product, and then I'll deliver the product a few weeks down the line when I'm ready to deliver it. But first, I'm getting proof of concept. I'm getting people saying, yes, Lewis, here's some money. I want this solution for my life. I want this product in my life, and I'm willing to pay you up front for it to get it down the line. I understand I'm not going to receive it right now, and that's okay. But when you can do that, when you can get people to pay you before they even get a dime, then you know you're onto something. Then you know that your idea is profitable, and it's something that you should go in full steam ahead. So think about launching something first, making sure you get great feedback, and making sure you get paid for your idea before you even have to create the entire thing. So you've got a big idea. Now, will it make you money? This was a 4-part process to discovering if it would make you money by doing the research and going through these steps. We've also given you a quiz. There is a link at the show notes, lewishowes.com/443, to get a full quiz on if your idea is actually profitable. You're going to go through a few different questions, and at the end, it will tell you if your idea is profitable. Very powerful. Go to the show notes to check out this quiz. It's completely free. Check it out right now. Here's the thing, guys. I want you to follow this process. Do the quiz, follow this 4-part process as well in this video, because so many people come to me and ask me, is my idea going to be great? I've got a big idea. And then they sit on it for 6 months, a year, sometimes a year and a half before they do anything. Your job is to get something out of your mind and into the world as quickly as possible to see if it's actually going to be profitable. If you're holding on to all these different ideas and you wait a year because you're like, I don't know if it's going to be ready, or I don't know if I feel ready to launch it, or it's got to be perfect first, you're wasting your time and opportunities. So take action now on this 4-part process and go through the quiz. Launch the idea, see if people actually like it. If they don't, it's not a big idea anymore. You can let it go. You can move on to allowing your mind to dream, to imagine about some other solution that you can offer into the world. So do this as fast as possible. Go through the process and see if your big idea is actually going to be profitable. And in next week's video, we're going to be talking about how to build a massive social media following and also how to attract millions of followers to your website. So if you're looking to build a massive following either on your website or social media, then make sure to subscribe to this video and also over on iTunes to get notified of when the next episode comes out. Leave a comment below as well and let me know what your big idea is, and I'll give you feedback if I think it's going to be profitable myself. Again, thank you guys so much for being here, and you know what time it is. It's time to go out there and do something great.